Then we pump those profits back into the profit cycle to generate even more profits. And I know what you're going to say. Profits? Yes, Stan. You're soaking in them.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your boy ExtrmWill, Extreme Tech, and we're going to talk about salad. They've done a bunch of changes since my last video, so we got a decent amount to cover, so I'm not going to be covering the same stuff I've been covering in every single video. I've actually got some new stuff to talk about, which is kind of cool. It's kind of getting a little bit like, I feel like my last 5 videos were basically all the exact same thing. So this one will be a little bit different, so that'll be nice. It is past my bedtime, so I'll try to keep this as short as I can. They did, on salad, version 1.7.9 is now mandatory. So hopefully everyone's up to date on that. And the real big thing, it looks like they changed this today. Your earnings summary page for the web page. So there's a lot in here. This seems to be pretty cool. So we'll go through all this, and yeah, 7.9 is mandatory now. So if we do look at this, I'm still trying to figure some of this out with the easiest way to figure it out. So the last 24 hours says I made $36.42. So that's good. Let's see, let me try to go to the last 7 days. So this is going to be getting weird to try to get used to too, because it automatically is going to go like down for whatever one you're at. So like, even if it is like a straight bar, whatever today is going to go way down because it's only like 5 hours into today. So it's going to look a little weird. So yesterday I made $36.68, so that's not too bad. Day before that I made $39.51, so I actually had a decent day there. Day before that was $31.09, so not really the best day. Day before that, $29.80, so that was like a bad day. That was probably when I made my last video, I want to guess. And then day before that, $36.94. Day before that, $35.30. So this is on 30 machines. I think for all this, I probably only had 28 machines actually running though. So it looks like it did have some spots that was going and running pretty good. Like, it's definitely running very inconsistent here for a while. Like I remember, I think like I logged in here and when I was looking at things on the $29 day, and I would have blocks, 15-minute blocks at like 10 cents, and then like an hour later or 2 hours later, I would have 15-minute blocks at like 55 cents. It was just all over the place. I don't know if they do. I don't think they have blocks in that format anymore now. So now for the last 24 hours, at least you are seeing the whole 24 hours now. When I looked this morning, you weren't. You were only seeing, like 8 hours, which wasn't enough to bring you to current. You were seeing like just like from here to the beginning of the graph, like you weren't seeing any of this when I was looking this morning. So it looks like they've already got this fixed a little bit. But it's full hours now, so you're not seeing the 15 minutes. So I'm trying to look at this and we're like, what does all this mean now? Like trying to figure out how to equate this over. Now, for me, this is really easy because I have 30 machines. So I basically want to see, I guess this is showing me my average right now anyways. So for my average machine, I want to see a number over $1 will put me at $30 a day. So if it's at 1.5, it's at $1.50, that should put me at $45 for the day. So $1.50 is definitely really good, but definitely everything over $1 is where I want to be. So here I got some, for an hour, I'm making like $1.80. That's nice. So let's go like this. So some of this is going to take, more information is always cool, but trying to get used to saying what you're looking at. So $1.80, if it would have been $1.80 for the whole day, would have been $43.20. You take $1.80, multiply by 24. So just trying to get used to do some of this different math, trying to figure out what your averages are. Table. So, yeah, this is still all messed up. Oh, no, you hit the next button. Nope, can't hit the next button. There's no way to see this in a way that actually works and makes sense. This is when it's broken. So they need to fix this, because this shows me through 5 p.m. yesterday, but is not showing me anything current at all. Is that all the tables? This table's good. Right? Yeah. 7-day table's good. And then 30-day table is no good at all. So it looks like 7-day table is the only one that's actually working out of these. So if they can get this fixed, that would be nice. So you can look at the 24 and the 30. The graph, though, I think the graphs work pretty nice. You gotta take a look at things and see. But it's definitely a little different, kind of trying to constantly wrap your head around like how much is it making and how much is it not making. Some of this is a little rough trying to see, because I'm used to being able to look at it and go, I look at like the last like 3 15-minute blocks to figure out like how much I'm making. But when you look at this for like the last 24 hours, I mean, I guess I can just look at like the last 2 hours, because like the one you're on right now is incomplete, so that one's always going to look really weird. But the previous 2 hours, the 3 hours would probably work. Trying to calculate it all out like that. So it looks like it's definitely been doing a little bit better for the last couple of days. If we get into some of the stuff, I think this right here though is where this starts getting way nicer, because you can start checking all of your rigs and you can actually see that everything is currently up and active. And we can see I do have a big issue here. So I'm only actually running 29 machines right now, because this one's been idle for 12 days. So that's right here. I need to reinstall Windows on it. But it's probably, I decided to make the video today, and it's already half an hour past my bedtime. So I'm not going to get started on today. I think I'm just going to wait, and I'll do that probably on Monday. I'll try to get started on maybe Sunday night. We'll see how late I get home from work tomorrow night. But I may wait till Monday, till my day off. Reinstall Windows on this one. You can see the rest of these, they've all been active within the last, I think it might say they've been seen sooner. I think like 30 minutes ago I refreshed the page. So that's why we're not seeing anything sooner. See if I refresh the page again, if it'll say that they're in here sooner. Yeah. So, and let's go back, and I need to select all together. So I just refreshed it, and it's showing most of these have hit within the last couple of minutes, except for the one that's at 12 days, which we've already discussed. Into page 2, so I got 4 hours, a couple of minutes, 55 seconds ago, 2 hours. I wouldn't worry about anything unless it hits like maybe over 24 hours. On one of these, I did have an issue with one of my machines that wasn't working. That was at almost a week. So it's nice being able to see this, that you can tell that Salad is like recognizing them. So for that one, restarting the machine didn't work. So I wound up using Revo and fully uninstalled Salad, scanned, deleted all of the Salad files, and then a full fresh install of Salad, completely fixed it. And now the machine looks like it's working. It's the one upstairs. I knew it was having an issue, but it looked like it was kind of working as best as I could tell. But you have an ability to tell more now, like if your machines are working or not working. Because if it shows it's been like, if it's like 2 days out, like you may need to just redo, delete your WSL program data file. Or, if that doesn't work, make sure your drivers are all up to date. Your NVIDIA driver and your WSL file. And if those are all up to date, the next step would probably be try to just close Salad and restart it. And then the next step, I think, would be to probably use I use Revo to uninstall and reinstall. I don't even bother trying to reinstall it if I'm not gonna go through and fully wipe it. And then if reinstalling it doesn't work, then you need to reinstall Windows, which to me I think is the most pain in the butt because I'm still using Windows 10. So that's that's probably going to take me like 3 or 4 hours to reinstall Windows on that other machine. Now, I'm not going to be sitting at the machine the whole time. I'm probably going to be, sitting on my phone or watching TV and then just checking on it every like 20 minutes, seeing if it's ready for me to do anything or not. But those are kind of your basic things. But it is nice that you can now like look and see if something says it's 3 hours or 5 hours. That's not a big deal at all. It just doesn't have a job right now, so it seems like it should all be fine. But it is nice you do get this. There's a lot. I can see this being really good and practical. I did spend a couple hours the other day working on my spreadsheet and making sure. I mean, I changed the names on all my rigs, so I had to go through and I changed a bunch of stuff in my rig. So I had to go through and since the last time I tried doing it, so I had to go through and try to update a bunch of it. I don't know if I got all my machine IDs on my spreadsheet yet. I got half of them on there, and I had picked out before this came out. I was working on getting all my machine IDs up to date because I was trying to see when I was making like $30. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna turn some machines off. So I identified 3 machines that weren't really that hadn't made any money in the last week. And I'm like, I think I'm going to turn these 3 off. So one of them is the one right here. This is the one I actually did turn off like 3 days ago. So it's pretty much been off for 3 days. I turned it on a couple times trying to see if I could get it to pick up a job. And it didn't work. Like I tried reinstalling Salad today, and that didn't work. So once I saw this all came out, I played around with everything for a little bit this morning. But yeah, and reinstalling Salad on it didn't work. So that one was just going to be no good. One of the other machines that I did mark is the one that's upstairs. It hadn't made any money, and when it said Salad wasn't picking it up, it's like, okay, well that's pretty obvious. So then when I reinstalled Salad, it immediately said it was picking it up again. So I'm like, okay, that should be good. And then another one of them was one of my 3090 machines hadn't picked up any work. And I still don't know for sure if that one has. I'm still monitoring it because for some reason that particular 3090 machine, like none of the 3090s are really getting work right now, kind of. I have one of my 3090s out of the 5 right now has a job. So, but like one of my 3090s I think was doing like a $6 job. So I'm like, I don't think I want to turn it off just yet. If there's a chance, there's a bunch of $6 3090 jobs in there. I think I want to let it just run. Now, the one I have is not doing that. The one I have right now is just doing $1.50. So it's not really that great. It's probably the low priority for the 3090. But I have to imagine there's going to be 3090 work coming just because there's a lot of them out there and it's cheaper and customers and people are cheap. So let's see here. I think that's pretty much it for like the earnings. It looks like it went up a little bit. I'm back over 900 for the last 30 days. So it's doing better on the 30 machines. So if we look here at the demand list, hit the refresh, definitely some pretty surprising stuff here. Okay, number 1 moved. The 5080 was in the number 1 spot when I got home. I don't know if that was just a glitch. Is it back to the bottom? No, it's not back to the bottom. It's here in moderate. It was in the number 1 spot here for a minute. Right before I hit the refresh button, if you scroll back in the timeline, you can see the 5080 was up here in the number 1 spot. So somebody did probably come in with a big 5080 job and rent most of them out. So if your 5080 was up and running, it probably got one. So if you do have a 5080 running and you got one, let me know in the comments down below how much it made. I haven't seen any 5080 earnings yet. So right now, yeah, 4090 staying strong, doing real good. 5090s, not a whole lot of them out there, but they look like they're doing good. Should be making a little bit more, I think, than the 4090s are. I don't know for sure. All three of my 4090s are running. They're all doing $6.20 a day, so that's pretty good. 3060 12 gigabyte card looks like it's holding strong. 3060 Ti, kind of surprised this one's doing good, but not really that surprised. 3070 Ti, kind of surprised that one's doing good. I think I only have one of these are running right now. The other one's not running yet. I don't have any 3080 Ti's. I don't have any 4070 Ti Supers. Okay, 3070s are in moderate. That makes sense because I think most of my 3070s were running. 5080 up pretty high because it was down at the bottom of the list for a long time, so it's just knopping on the bottom. It's definitely good. Did they split the 4070 Ti and the 4070 Ti Super? I think they did. So that's kind of cool. I don't think that was like that before. I think they had the 4070 Ti and here like the 2080 Ti. They had the Super variant, I think, was included. So breaking the cards down more so you know better is good. 4060 Ti, it's in moderate. I don't think I'm running any on all three of them. I think all three of mine are sitting. 4070, mine is obviously sitting. 3080, I think those are working. I don't have 2080s. 4080 being here and low. Seems a little weird, but not really. I don't think you get very good value for the 4080 either. So, I mean, if I had it, I would be running one for sure, but not great value. 3090 and 3090 Ti, I think you get really good value for them for how strong they are at where the price is marked for them. So I would imagine somebody's going to come in eventually and rent them all up. 5070 Ti, I don't know if these are available yet. They might have gone on sale this week, and they might not. I don't even know for sure. I know nothing about the 5070 Ti. I know the 5070 is currently delayed. They don't know when that's going to come out. It was going to come out in a couple of weeks. It was supposed to come out at the same time, I think, as the 5070 Ti, and it keeps getting delayed and pushed back because NVIDIA's having problems. So, yeah, nothing really too shocking in here right now. The 5080 was up in the top, though, for a little bit. So, if you had a 5080, hopefully it did pick a job up. I'm just going to run through this really quickly because it's past my bedtime and I want to go to sleep. So my 4090s are all making $6.20 a day. My 3090s, I only have one of them running, and it's making $1.50 a day. My 4070 Ti's are both making $1.30 a day. 3070s not making anything. 4060 Ti's, all three of them are not making anything. They're all calculating. Then all of these 8 gigabyte cards, well, not all of them. My 3060s and my 3060 Ti's, most of them are running and they're making $1 a day. My 3070s, my 3070 Ti's, and my 3080s, well, actually, not all of them. I want to say 2 of my 3070s, 1 of my 3070 Ti's, and both of my 3080s are all making $1.30 a day right now, and then the rest of them aren't running. One of my 3070s is sitting right here, and that'll get back up and running eventually. So that's kind of how all those are doing. Hopefully that'll work enough if you're trying to figure out comparable for how your machines are doing. This whole thing is going to take a little bit to get used to. I think this kind of works right here to go. So if I would assume right now the last one it finished was $1.42. So then I'll say at 1.42 times 24. So that put me at about $34 a day. Is that what it says in the last 24 hours? Last 24 hours I actually did a little bit better. So it was done a little bit better. It might be on a little bit of a downgrade right now. Overall, though, not doing too bad. It's definitely doing a little bit better. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to using this new screen. Remember, you need to be on version 1.7.9 or you won't get any work anymore. New screen looks like it's pretty cool. Definitely, I think this part is definitely going to be really useful. You get 10 per screen, so the fact that I have 30, makes it really easy. You can definitely mess around, play around with it, get more used to it and comfortable with it. I definitely like that it's showing here when the last time it was active. I don't know why. Ooh. They might get this current earning rate in here eventually. That might make this really nice. Ooh, wow. I didn't even notice that when I was playing around. Oh, that would be so nice. If I could just go like boom, boom, boom. It would be a little bit difficult though because the machine IDs aren't my names for them, so you wouldn't know what card we're running on, what card is in them necessarily. But it would be really easy to go like just see what the earnings are. That'll be nice when that gets in there and that gets implemented. So it looks like we're still going to wait for them to implement that, which I would imagine is coming. First thing they probably need to do, I think, is fix these tables. Because this is kind of ridiculous that you can't see the current data. I don't, the last 24 hours, I kind of need, like the last 12 hours are more important than what it was doing 12 hours ago. I don't need this big breakdown for what it was doing 12 hours ago. I need the breakdown for what it did for the last 12 hours. So, and if you look at the last 30 days, I really just want the breakdown I don't need the breakdown for what it was doing a month ago. I need the breakdown for what it did the last 4 days. So, so a couple little stuff that they'll probably get ironed out. Overall, though, this seems really nice. I like this last scene thing, so you can calculate it out. One thing I don't like is you do have to refresh the page in order to refresh when it was last seen. Because now everything is all back to... Things all back to showing. So, definitely pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. So, yeah, if you liked it, the like button, subscribe, come on back. If you want to leave comments down below, you can leave comments down below. I think there might have been some in the last video. Was there anything in here I really needed to address? I know the one guy said... One guy's complaining that nothing is profitable. He doesn't see any way that anything could be profitable. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm making good profit, but I'm using stuff that was already paid off from other projects. So, I think one of the ways to try to look at this, if you're, if you are going to build or expand, I don't really assume a ROI from the project I'm working on. I assume if I can get 50% of it paid off from the project I'm working on, and then hopefully the next project is the one that I want to actually pay it off on. That's kind of my way of looking at it. Yeah, a bunch of people complaining about everything that I was complaining about. ZagX being stupid and one of mine. Oh... So, as a side note for the Warthog, I did get my electric bill, and my electric bill wound up being like crazy high. I think I paid like almost $200 more for my electric bill last month, which made no sense because I was out of town. Me and the wife were both gone for like a week and a half. So those 3 or 4 days I was running Warthog, really just went to town on it. And then it winds up being even more heartbreaking because I think out of like the 80 Warthog that I mined, I only got like 20 of them. I don't even know where those other 60 Warthog are. So not only did I drastically overpay for all of it, but I was raped with the electrical cost. It was insane. I thought I was doing double what I do for salad. I think I must have been doing like triple what I was doing, what I normally do for salad with the Warthog mining. It was a lot higher than I thought it was. And I mean, I was running like 20 rigs that aren't designed to be efficient on Warthog. They're just kind of can run on Warthog. So, yeah, it wound up being like brutal as far as the electric goes. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. So if you like the video, like button, comment, subscribe. If you write comments down below, I'm pretty good about getting back to them. There's a bunch of real cool comments. I'll bring them up in the next video. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully I can start getting some more content coming out sooner. I don't want to do it if I have nothing to talk about, though, and I don't want to do it if I keep talking about like the same stuff. But as they're doing changes, you know, that makes it go better. So hopefully I'll do a breakdown of all the individual machines and what they're all making, so see more what it is other than just me trying to refer to it all off the top of the head. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.